Vox and King Beau Part 14. It must be now. I'm late. I know. Hopefully everyone's around. First of all, I apologize for last night. I realize it's taking me longer and longer to write things out, and I've been trying to compile the stories to keep things moving a little more smoothly. So please just bear with me. As always, I only ask for help. I don't mean to sound melodramatic, but I think things are getting much worse, much faster than anticipated. I woke up this morning, and I forgot where I was for a moment. I was freezing cold, and I thought I heard someone speaking in the next room, and I panicked. I realized that it was my alarm radio in my bedroom, and I had sleepwalked into the kitchen and curled up under the table. That's a bad way to start any day, especially because I haven't swept my kitchen floor in way too long. Things only got worse after. I'm getting used to the headache. It starts out terrible in the morning, but it actually eases off as the day wears on. My only problem now is that I'm starting to feel nauseated, like I have a stomach virus or something. I can't focus for very long on writing down anything. It's like the words won't come to me. When they do, the memories are broken or don't mean anything. This is something I wrote down this afternoon. For example, I think I've said this before. Like most average little girls, I loved Disney movies. Peter Pan was what made me not run screaming from Beau in the first place. However, everyone knows that certain scenes that scarred their innocent childish minds. Ursula getting impaled on a boat, Scar getting ripped apart by the hyenas, Donald Duck going nuts and almost eating Mickey, the trippy elephant parade in Dumbo, etc. Back then, even little kid movies were full of scary stuff. For me, though, there's this one movie that takes the cake. There's this one scene that I can't watch to this day without getting creeped out. That scene is in Pleasure Island from Pinocchio. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. The little boys get turned into donkeys and shipped off crying and braying into the salt mines. The first time I saw that movie, I started sobbing and made my mom turn it off. Again, I had a voice-stealing, skin-wearing monster as an imaginary friend, but donkeys were just too much for me. Don't ask me. We're running on kid logic. Vox kid logic. That playtime, I was quick to tearfully tell Beau all about what I had seen, and ask him if it was real. Beau first thought I was foolish to get so worked up over something like that. If anyone tried to turn me into a donkey, he said, I could just fight them off. That's what he would do. It still didn't help, and I told him that he absolutely had to help me if an evil person tried to turn me into a pack animal. The donkeys in the movie lost their voices and could only bray. This made Beau pay attention.
Then you cannot let this happen,
he told me.
You cannot let someone take what is mine. I will not let you.
But that's it. There's nothing else to that memory that I can think of, and try as I might, I couldn't make it relate to a story. I just couldn't get the words to come out of my brain. I got frustrated. I don't know what happened. It was like all the stress from the past weeks came crashing down on me, and all of a sudden, I just couldn't control my body. I went into this blind fit of rage. I mean, screaming, bashing the couch, kicking stuff, throwing things. I'm such a calm person, and I've never had an outburst like that. But I just couldn't take it anymore. All my muscles felt like they were straining as I cried. I don't know how long it lasted, but my thrashing around stopped, and there was nothing but silence. It was that blanket of stillness I've come to recognize. My head felt clear, just for a moment. My heart stopped racing. I could breathe normally. And then, I heard something behind me.
Vox.
I knew he was there. In the evening light, I could see his shadow out of the corner of my eye. It stretched along the wall, but receded if I looked directly at it. So I sit still. He must have been in the corner to the right of me. I could see the points of his teeth. Last time I described him as a crocodile, but I figured that that isn't the word I was looking for. A few years ago, I went to the local zoo, and they had a rainforest exhibit. They had something called a garl. That's what this teeth looked like. I remember everything you all said. I had to try to talk to him, even if I was scared for my life. How much worse could this get, right? So I ignored that part of me, insisting that this was crazy, and I was just talking to a figment of my sick imagination. How often do you get to talk to your subconscious, you know? I asked him, "What do you want? Why are you here?" I heard him growl, slow and deep. The sound made my hair on the back of my neck stand on end. I've spent a lot of time outdoors, hiking and trail riding and such. I've heard dog growls, coyotes, all kinds of feral animals. I actually even think I've heard a mountain lion growl once. I was on a four-wheeler, and I got the hell out of there, so who knows what it really was. But none of those creatures sounded like this.
"There is no more time,"
he said.
"It must be now."
"What do you mean?" I asked. My heart was pounding, and my fingers dug into the couch.
"Nothing may take what is rightfully mine. Your voice has always belonged to me."
I wanted to ask more, but I couldn't get the words out, and by the time the silence was receding, it wasn't long before I was left alone again. Now here's the scary part. After this happened, I picked up the phone to call my mom. I just needed to hear her voice and know that everything was going to be okay, even if I am going crazy. I went out to my car and dialed. It rang and she answered. And then when I tried to talk, something went wrong. She said, "Hello?" I could only whisper, "Hello?" She said, "Hey Vox, what's up?" I said, "What's up?" She laughed and asked me what was going on, and I just couldn't respond. I had to hang up because I didn't know what to do. That only lasted for another minute before I was back to normal, but it still terrifies me. It's like I'm really losing my voice, not just the sounds. It's like I'm losing the ability to speak altogether. I'm tearing up just writing about this. I'm such a pansy. I'm just so scared that something is really wrong with my head. And if there isn't something wrong with my head, then what is taking my voice? I know Beau is the key. I know I have to tell these stories. Beau is trying to tell me something. Whether it's that he comes for me, and I better get my shit in order and start praying, or that something else is happening. Either way, I don't know how much more time I have. I'm scared to talk to my therapist before Wednesday, because I don't want to get doped up, and I know that's what'll happen. If I go to the ER and tell them I'm hearing voices and seeing things, and think something is stealing my voice, they'll lock me away. I'll go to the CT scan, but that means I have till Wednesday to arm myself with any information I can think of. So tell me, people, how do I confront Beau? How can I dig into my own mind? So you guys know, I'm totally willing to face Beau, or whatever this is. Nothing is taking my voice while I can do something about it. I'm not very knowledgeable about this stuff, so these are the methods I've come up with. More pot, since that went so well last time. Hypnosis, Ouija board, that thing where you put ping pong balls on your eyes and play white noise. This is clearly why I need your help. I can sing, I got that much. The only problem is, I can't get him to show up on command. I'm worried singing won't be enough to draw him out. Also, still don't have anything to record with. And that's what I really want to do. But okay. I try to clear my mind and relax and then sing. What do I do when he shows up? But here's what I'm going to try and do. Tonight, I'm going to try and calm down and meditate. Might involve some pot, as this has helped me relax last time and will help with the nausea. Once Beau appears, I will try singing to him and getting some answers. I'll be back with the results and stories tomorrow.